This thing says I'm live. That was a boom boom going down the road.
Yeah.
Mama Linda will let us know if I am live. I think I'm live.
I see you on here, so you're live.
I'm not too sure about alive, but I'm live. See how that works out.
I know that feeling.
So it's another Sunday night. Still a whole lot of stuff going on out there, but I ain't gonna get into that right at the moment. Thank you, Mama Linda. Teresa Goodwoods. Howdy, hey, ho, 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 hey.
Hi, Teresa. Yeah, Melinda was in here a little earlier.
What you?
Yeah, she talking about her mom had passed away
Oh,
peacefully. She passed away yesterday at noon.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she told me that last night on mine. Sankey's been in here.
Well, it ain't showing me all that. Okay, there it all is.
He didn't scroll all the way up. There's Miss Melinda.
Melinda.
Hey, Jesse. I'm not going to be mean and call you what Pete calls you.
Flicky. How you doing, youngin? Oh, she knows I mean it all in love.
I know.
I watched your mama's video, and at the end it was showing those different pieces. And you may have seen the comment I left. There was one piece in that proved exactly what I was talking about to her, know her worth. It was an absolute piece of artwork. It was that good. She don't realize I'm talking to her. Oh, Thunderbird.
Yeah, we got Thunderbirds.
So we go to flicking around here. Not like you flick around, Jesse, but light light flickering. Then no, there's always a possibility I might have to crank back up.
Yeah, if it goes off, give it about 3, 4, 5 minutes, see if it comes back up.
Right?
Because it takes that router that long to come up.
At least.
Oh, I'm saying, Melinda, that sounds good. I got bacon in the freezer. I just didn't want to thaw it out.
There is a way to still get power to the internet if we were willing to pay a leg.
No, that's just to the phone.
That's just the phone?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
I ain't willing to pay that. Not for just phone.
No. I mean, it's a one-time payment, but I still don't do it.
Right? So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff still going on, but I'm not quite ready to go into that.
We're getting ready for our 4-day week.
Yeah. I have been up since around a little after 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I've not been sleepy. Not one lick. I'm starting to get a little burning in the eyes because of having been up so long. But I'm still not sleepy. No two ways about it. That happens quite a bit here lately. And like she said, this next week we'll get a 3-day weekend because Friday. You said Friday was July 4th, right? Or
Yeah,
was it
Friday, July 4th.
Okay. So Thursday we'll get whatever we need for the weekend, and we'll do like we always do and hide in here.
Hi, Tina. That's the first of your comments I've seen.
Dana!
Well, my comments not coming up. They are now because I'm seeing you now.
I see that. Going on.
Yeah, it's.
I'm not seeing her comments prior to that one.
Yeah. I think it's YouTube. You know how they do.
Probably. And Tina, you saw my comment on that one video. That one piece. Oh my God. That's straight up artistry, darling. That's what I mean by know your worth. I know there's people would pay god awful amounts of money for that piece.
Mama Linda, 3 days ain't a vacation, honey. Vacation time for me and Piggy be a whole month or 2 or 3 or 4.
Yep.
Because it takes 2 weeks just to get my body regulated for the sleeping pattern.
Right. But she's a night out.
Mm-hmm.
We go to bed really late and we have to get up really early. We go do that every morning. We come back, fiddle around a couple of hours, we go back to bed. Normally. She does always, but
Yeah.
sometimes I don't. Then we get back up in the afternoon and go do it again and then come back home. We're up for the evening until we go to bed really late that night. So being a night owl, that really screws her up.
Mm. Thank you. Nice anniversary gift, man.
I understand, Melinda.
Yeah.
Well, he got a very good deal on that. I'll say that.
Yeah, well, I've been there. Can't run the cricket. I can't either. I ain't got one. Don't know nothing about a cricket.
That's all right. You got a resource, use it. Who did it for you? Nikki? I can see her being good at that. Unless it was Eric. Either way, you got a resource, use it.
That's it. Piggy's my resource. I use him in the kitchen all the time.
Yep.
Choppy, choppy, washy, washy.
I'm her legs in there.
Yes.
Put stuff in and out of the refrigerator, get her different utensils, wash the dishes, all that, so she can concentrate on the video. There was one out there at one time talked about being able to tell just how much I do in the background. But hey, it allows her to just sit there and do the video, and I can be the legs and do all the other stuff. And it works for us. Oh, why not?
I'll be back shortly.
She got to go do her thing.
Yeah, between the heat and everything else.
Yeah, we found out Dr. Pepper has prune juice in it, which explains why a lot of times we go out, she has Dr. Pepper with her meal, and here we go. So she won't be doing no more Dr. Pepper. Why in the world they'd put prune juice in a soda is beyond me. She's getting there, Tina. The more we learn about what messes up her system, the better we get. Right now, there's one factor added that we can't do anything about, and that's the heat. Maybe one day we'll be able to live here, get a better place that's better insulated and ventilated and all that good stuff, so that maybe we can minimize that too. Have it set up where we can have the house set at a good temperature and yeah, they do, Mama Linda. Well, Coca-Cola, when first invented, cocaine was a main ingredient. That was from the very start. Ain't that a shame, Mama Linda? You just find a good fella and can't follow through. But yeah, we discovered that Dr. Pepper has prune juice in it. And especially for you ladies out there don't have a gallbladder and this and other stuff. Uh, if you're having problems in the exit area too frequent, that might be part of the problem. So she had come across a TikTok. She shared it with me, and it was showing some woman talking about doing something with milk and magnesia and adding Dr. Pepper to it because it's got prune juice in it and help you be very productive when going to sit on the white throne. A lot of you ladies out there, Lane included, don't need no help. You need help having it slow down a little bit and solidified and being productive that way. So she sent me that. I saw that. I noticed what was said about prune juice being in Dr. Pepper, and I was like, well, that means no more Dr. Pepper for Elaine. She don't need that kind of help. And it never fails. We go out, we have a dinner somewhere, Chinese or some other fast food restaurant. She has Dr. Pepper with it. We're trying to figure out which food. Now we know Dr. Pepper is a lot of the problem. Well, Dana, if you have any kind of issues like has been discussed, now you know what part of the problem might be. Like, I love chocolate, but I can't have it. It'll put me out on the floor dead in 24 hours. At least we ain't talking about bidets, Melinda. Right. 5 pound cheese. Lord have mercy. That's a lot of cheese. I can't take nothing more than a decent sprinkling of shredded cheese. I couldn't do no 5 pounds. I hope you spread that out some, Mama Linda. That's a lot of cheese. I know it. I know how you women love cheese now. Yep, for days. See, who it used to be a big thing on who's Dale's lives. One of them. Indiana Chris. How's Raymond been doing, boy? He all right over there wherever he's at? Avid. Almost avid. Black hat up here, black mask down here. Give me time, I might figure out a way to cover my eyes and make it all black. What's that song, Make It Black? Da, 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 da. Good to know, Chris. You reckon he still watches sometimes? If you out there, Raymond, howdy. Let's see. I still ain't tried out that trimmer yet. I just ain't got my lead up my butt to do it. But I've got the equipment now, so that's a step towards. Now it's just a matter of trying it out. Who knows? Maybe I'll get out there and get her to film me while I'm cutting on that one bush. Okay, I'm going to drop down the camera for a moment. There we go. Y'all let me know if you still hear me or not. Yeah, I got to get out there and try that thing out, see how it does. Maybe make a video or might make a short out of it. I don't know. There's been chances of rain almost every day here. I've been hearing some thunder out there. I just ain't looked at it to see if it's produced any rain yet. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Tina. All right. Here I am to torture you with this old mug here. What you can see of it. I ever drop the mask, I'm gonna shock you. Y'all gonna be like, oh, put it back on, put it back on. I remember seeing a cartoon once. Now, it was in a men's magazine, but it showed a bunch of Arabs watching a girl doing the dance of 7 bells. They were sitting there saying, "Put it back on! Put it back on!" Right? Well, it's currently 80 degrees outside. It says it's 80 degrees in here. I'd hate to know what it'd feel like if we turned the AC and the fans off. Whew, 90 degrees. Well, that's not super hot, but if you get the muggy up there, we understand all about the muggy down here. Y'all may notice I brought my office chair back in here. Sets me back up a little higher. I put her other keyboard over here. May look into an ergonomic. That little flat roll up one I got, it just weren't doing it for me. Hard to operate. I thought we had her ergonomic in here. Yeah, we do. It's up there. May get it down. Try it out. Try to get used to it. Well, that ain't bad, Chris. You right about that, Melinda. I hate it when it rains real good, especially in the middle of the day, and then stops and that sun comes out. So you talk about whip your butt, especially as muggy as it gets down here. But I am thankful that I'm not in Missouri, Mississippi, Louisiana. What I've heard about Louisiana, I wouldn't even survive that. No, can't do it. I wouldn't like it. Even as much as I used to love the heat. Still do some. But with all that's happened over the last 10 years, I can't tolerate it as good as I used to. I'm getting more like a lean. Put me somewhere between 70 and 75. I'm good. Oh, no. Wisconsin? Oh, Lord, Tina. Humidity that high is pretty bad where you're at. Oh, yeah, I've been through Texas, Melinda. Been through there latter part of November. And I was not cold. Whew, Chris, I feel sorry for him. She's back, y'all. She's back. Barely.
Barely. Hi, Chris.
And I did Paris Island in 29 Palms, California. There's swamps around Paris Island. There's only been, as of the time I went through, there'd only been one person ever make it out of the base. This is not fenced all the way around. They got swamps around part of it. Gators, crocodiles. I think it's gators.
Yeah, gators, crocodiles are pure saltwater.
Yeah. Does ever only one recruit ever succeeded in escaping to Paris Island? It was a female. She decided she didn't want it no more, so she decided to leave. And she made it past the gators. And she's the only one as of that time. I don't know if there's been any since, but I hadn't heard about it. But as of that time, it was a woman. The only one ever known to be able to escape 29 Palm or Paris Island. She were determined. Now, when I got out to 29 Palms and was there for about a month, I run across some guys that were just from Paris Island. Found out after a good rain, they found an 18-foot gator in the slide for life pool on the obstacles on the obstacle course. They said that I turned white. Why? Because not a month and a half before that, I had been on that obstacle course. I had been on the slide for life. It's one where you go up ship netting, get on a platform, get on a rope, you go down, then you drop, twist around, and then finish going down that rope so you hit on your feet. A fourth or fifth time through, Staff Sergeant Knight, he started out being one of our drill instructors for my platoon, and then they finally gave him a platoon. He was 12 years recon before coming to being a DI. My last time through, he was up there. I got to the turnaround point, and I almost made the full turnaround, and my feet missed. That rope was shaking. I was wondering, why in the world is this rope shaking? Now, folks, I'm about blind. They both be pretty rough. Tana, I ain't but 5'4". 18-foot gator would see me as a snack. Nope. Done. Anyway, I was wondering why that rope was shaking. Hoorah, Chris. Now I look back up towards where that rope started at the top. That was Staff Sergeant Knight. Keep in mind, I'm blind as a bat. I could see every tooth in his big, evil grin going, shaking that rope. I tried to get my feet up on that rope. He finally got me down to the very tips of my fingertips holding on to that rope, still trying to hang on. I finally had to give up. And when you drop, you have to put your hands on your head. Hoorah, Marine Corps! Splash! All right. I got back at them, though. I was down about ankle deep in the mud on the bottom. about midway of that Slide for Life pool. I had enough air. I took a real deep breath before I went in.
Hey, Neil.
Damn! So I stood down there and looked up through the water, looking at them surrounding the edges of that pool, looking for me. And I could tell they was starting to sweat. They didn't know what happened to me. So I finally started walking towards the shallow end, still looking at them. You come moving all around the edge and everything, trying to find any sign. It's in muddy water, so you couldn't see. When I finally peeked my head above the surface, you could see the relief on them. I felt pretty good about that revenge. But when I met up with them boys that just from Paris Island, about a month and a half later, they told me about that 18-foot gator having been found in that Slide for Life pool. I had that little white flush that goes through you when you realize you could have just really screwed up. Been a month and a half later before I got out of there. I might have been gator bait. So my revenge was short-lived.
Yeah, Neil, I've been sick for the past few days between the heat and stomach issues.
Yeah, it wears you out a lot. Between her cancer surgery and my neck surgery, those are types of surgeries that inside makes you 20 to 30 years older than what you are chronologically. Here last year or two, we've been finding out that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard time keeping my hand from shaking when I'm holding up a gallon pitcher of water. I just ain't got the strength no more. I don't know if you heard me say it, but I saw Abbott in there a while ago.
I have it. I didn't scroll back up to see who all come in.
Yeah. So, yeah, Neil, it's just something we have to deal with. The heat makes it worse on us. So we just have to learn to adjust, adapt, and overcome
Yeah.
whatever way we can.
Told Mama Linda I won't have a regular video coming out tomorrow. I'm going to try to go live in the morning when we get back from doing our morning thing.
I'm going to step down a minute, folks. Let me
He's
know
still-
you still hear me.
Yeah. So I will probably live somewhere around 8:30 or so in the morning, between 8:30 and 9. I definitely won't have a video up tomorrow.
All right, here we go.
We back.
For the moment.
Yeah, I'm fixing to have to go lay down. My head's spinning.
Go ahead, go lay down, baby. Do what we got to do.
Yeah. Shut down.
Let's see. Is there anything else?
Is anybody out there?
I don't reckon there is anything else. Yeah, you see me now. like the old Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? Oh Lord. Yeah, Texas is pretty bad when it comes to the heat. I remember when I went on boot leave after boot camp, came time for me to head out to my duty station. My flight had several stops along the way. The last stop along the way was Phoenix, Arizona. Now, this was sometime April, May, somewhere in there. Here, the temps were fairly moderate to cool. I got off the plane at Phoenix, I thought I was going to melt. It's one of the hottest places I have ever been to. You talk about hot. And this was just early in the year. They say it gets a lot worse during the summer. Not for me. I know be there. Got out to 29. It was even hotter. Phoenix is hot. I won't take nothing away. But 29 is hotter. There's one place hotter than 29. That's Death Valley. We were on a bus going somewhere. We had to go through Death Valley. Folks, it was all those buses could do to keep us cool enough going through there. And everywhere you look, it was thick waves of heat rising up. Y'all seen heat waves? These were so thick you probably could have cut them with a knife. That's how hot it was going through Death Valley. Woo-wee! Feel sorry for anybody getting broke down out there. So, anywho, I think that's going to be about it for tonight, folks. I might call it an early night tonight myself. Haven't been up since just after 2 yesterday. Not been asleep yet. Not been wide awake. No, it don't have humidity, and thank God, Melinda, but I guarantee you, I'd rather be somewhere where there was humidity than to be stuck in Death Valley. Been there, done that. At least with humidity, you'll get muggy and sweaty. In Death Valley, you'll get sweaty, but you won't feel it because it'll get dried up as soon as it pours out. Not doing you a bit of good. So on that one, I would take humidity over that any day. Yeah, Tina. I'll make myself go to bed a bit earlier than I normally do tonight. It'll be more than a nap. Will do, Mama Linda. But yeah, I think I'll call it a night. And, just say, Piggy does you.